Hey everybody, it's Rich Tola, and thanks for tuning in to Tola Talks, my 21st century talk for a no bullshit world. Because who doesn't want to respect themselves with a position of class and not backlash? Well, we're going to be talking about that today, as well as getting you ready for the Thanksgiving Day holiday. Tomorrow, Thanksgiving. So today's Wednesday. For those of you traveling, right, you got to be safe out there. Big travel day. Yeah, and in case you missed yesterday's show, go take a look. You could check it out on my website, richtola.com, where you can find the MP3 if you just want to listen on the radio, or the YouTube. You know, we're on YouTube now, 30 minutes a day. Check it out. Yeah, we did the top 10 Tuesdays, so we covered the top 10 colleges and universities in the world. We also described what it is to be in the Ivy League. That's my alma mater, University of Pennsylvania. So check it out. Again, my website, or follow us on the social media, at Rich Tola. You know where to find it. Let's get started today with some celebrity birthday shout-outs, right? Here we go. 33. Love this gal. Love her music. Natasha Bedingfield, 33 today, English singer-songwriter. You guys might know her from Pocket Full of Sunshine. I play that in my yoga classes. That's from 2008. Love Like This. Yeah, she's the ambassador for Global Angels. Really love this. To help people around the world, particularly children, all about that, who live in conditions that would horrify us. Yeah, the charity is founded by her mom. So, yeah, kudos to you, Natasha Bedingfield. Happy birthday. Another happy birthday to Tina Turner. Who's that? The queen of rock and roll. Yeah, one of the most popular female rock musicians of all time, right? She got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which we did talk about in a recent show, on August 28th, 1986. She's got 8 Grammy Awards to her name, album and single record sales of more than 100 million. Wow, I mean, she's huge. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1991. I mean, she's been entertaining us for the past half century. Yeah, and she's ranked 63 out of 100 on Rolling Stone's top 100 greatest artists. Happy birthday to you, Tina Turner, a.k.a. Anna Mae Bullock. That's her real name. Yeah, there's a couple of birthday shout-outs, but let's move around what are we doing today on this day in history? I like to go here second. Let's do on this day in history. In 1825, the first college, speaking of colleges from yesterday, the first college fraternity was founded, Kappa Alpha, at Union College in New York. In 1832, going back to New York, the first streetcar railway in America started operating in the city for 12 cents. It took you from downtown Manhattan to Harlem. It was also operated by the New York and Harlem Railway. And yeah, it was small, boxy cars pulled by horses on rails embedded in the street. You know, that lasted until 1917. We're talking maybe 85 years later. So that was pretty cool. 1842 on this day, University of Notre Dame was founded. That was ranked number 16. Although we covered the top 10, they're in the top 20 of best college and universities in the world, number 16. Here you go. In 1865, Alice in Wonderland was published by Lewis Carroll in the U.S. Yeah, pretty cool. They keep coming out with movies over and over again, Alice in Wonderland. In 1868, big baseball fan, right, player, the first baseball game was played in an enclosed field in San Francisco. That's right. It was on 25th and Folsom. Yeah, I know that down in that area in San Francisco. Spent a couple months there myself. In 1922, here we go. English archaeologist Howard Carter opened King Tut's tomb, Tutankhamun. We know that. King Tut's tomb was virtually intact when it was opened in Egypt. Yeah, that was in 1922. 1948, the first Polaroid camera was sold for $89.75 in Boston. That was a lot of money at that time at the Jordan Marsh department store. Yeah, and that model lasted for about 15 years. It was the prototype. 1952, how about this? The first 3D movie, Buona Devil, premiered in Hollywood, starring Robert Stack, who since passed away. And in 1956, how about The Price is Right? Debuted on NBC with host Bill Cullen, and then it was replaced by Bob Barker. Remember Bob Barker? Was for years, and now it's Drew Carey. So check it out, The Price is Right. And in 1982, Howard Cosell. Remember him? He was awesome. He called his last fight against Larry Holmes and Randall Tex Cobb. He was disgusted, actually. About halfway through the fight, he kind of stopped calling the fight. I remember that, 1982. It was a major mismatch, but Howard since retired. Well, he passed away as well. Rest in peace. But there you go on this day in history. And on that note, Let's go around the globe for the latest news. By the way, folks, today it's our first WTF Wednesday. What the... Yeah, everybody knows that. For you 20-year-olds, you teenagers, I know you like to use that F word a lot. We try not to use that on this show. If a guest will use it, that's okay. What could I do? But I try not to use it, even though I know it's a popular word now for you guys. But here we go. WTF, what the Wednesdays. But before we get to that, let's go around the globe here. We're calling this first one. This is a sad story. We reported on this yesterday. Till death do us part. What are we talking about? One word. Ferguson, Missouri, right? Amid the rubble and ashes of a city engrossed in anger over the death of Michael Brown, right? Another family stands in shock over the senseless death of their son, DeAndre Joshua. 20-year-old boy dies, okay? We're talking about all this craziness, all this violence, the destruction that people are doing. They're not being constructive. They're being destructive, right? It's the same apartment complex where Ferguson police officers shot Brown on August 9th, okay? This resident, Joshua, his body was found inside a white Pontiac Grand Prix where blood-soaked shattered glass lay in a pile right beside the car. What happened? Who knows? But this guy graduated high school. He worked at Walmart. He was a stalker for the past year. I mean, a good kid. Family's in shock. I mean, why? How? There's a lot of anger, people. There's a lot of disrespect. Things that... What about disrespect? What about the respect of mankind, okay? Disrespect, destruction. You got to stop the violence, okay? If you want to express yourself, that's one thing. Rioting and being disrespectful, disrespecting mankind, other people dying, killing businesses, I mean, that's ridiculous. You got to respect your fellow neighbors. We're not going to talk more about this Ferguson. That's all over the place. It's all over the country, 160 markets. It's insane. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand that, okay? I don't understand that. You got to be respectful. Anyway, we're not going to talk more about that. You want to do all the research, go check it out. But please, if you are demonstrating, do it peacefully. It's all about a peaceful world. Let's move on. This story is called The Best of the Best, right? We like to cover the best of the best. What are we talking about? Black Friday. It's all the rage coming up. Well, Black Friday's now Black 5 Day, right? It's 5 days of deals, but it's all the rage. Deals, deals, deals. Yeah, so you want to save money? Check it out. These are the top 10 best things you can do on Black Friday. Appliances. There's no single category where you're going to get a better deal on Black Friday than for appliances. Well, except for maybe TVs. Second, no better day, one particular day, Black Friday is the best deals around for any type of television. Huge, steep discounts. Go check it out. How about number 3? You're going to get 40% off the Dell Inspiron 15-inch laptop. Pretty cool. Regularly sells for $300. You're going to get it for $179 on Black Friday. How about the Apple iPad Air 2 16 gigabytes at selling for $100 off? Usually retails for about $500. Now it's $400. Go check it out. How about Beats by Dre? All right, we don't have the fancy Dre headsets. We're getting $90 off. I talked about that yesterday at Staples. You can get the Beats by Dre Solo HD headset for, you can get it for $169.99. That's $90 off. Free shipping with that, guys. Yeah, how about the Nikon Coolpix 20.2 megapix, 56% off that digital camera. Comes with the 26-time optical zoom. Regularly sells for $230. Now for only a cool $99.99. Pretty nice. How about the Home Classics down comforters? If you're looking to stay warm this winter, get 81% off the down comforters. Regularly sells for $160. You get it for $30. That's pretty darn cheap. Here we go. How about the select Dyson deals? 50% off the Hoover Upright Ultra Air Light Bagless, right? Yeah, you got to vacuum. You got to clean up. You got to get your shit together, clean it up. Usually sells for $150. Buy it for $75. How about the MacBook Air? There's a lot of deals on MacBook Air, anywhere from $100 to $100 off. Check it out. Select retailers. And finally, you want to buy a fleece? Yeah, you got to stay warm. Get that Columbia fleece. It regularly sells for $60. You're going to get it for $30. Check it out. A lot of good deals out there. Support your local retailers. Shop online. Do your thing. Yeah, it's good for the economy. Here we go. Moving on. This one I love. Ariana Grande. I mean, she's awesome. Talk about class, because class begets class. Something you got to look into. If you're not doing it with class, you're doing it disrespectful to yourself and others around you. What did she do? I love this, okay? And I'm also a big fan of Bette Midler. Remember Beaches? And, well, I think she's got one of the best, I call it a yoga song, but one of the best heartfelt songs of all time, The Rose, right? Well, legendary singer had a few things to say about Ariana. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not liking this, but she called her, sexy persona, silly beyond belief. I don't know, Bet. Love you, but what did Ariana come back with? 21-year-old diva. She took it in stride. This is what she wrote back. I love it. Bet was always a feminist who stood by women being able to do whatever they want without judgment. Love that, without judgment. She wrote on Twitter. She also said, not sure where that Bet want... she said, not sure where that, but what I want is that sexy mermaid back. So basically what she's saying is, where'd Bet go? I want her back. Always a fan no matter what, my love. All love here. So she's giving out the love. Yeah, she wore a pretty cool, sexy, hot dominatrix outfit. You know, the black outfit for the VMAs. But Ariana Grande, way to go. Way to keep class. With some other divas kind of coming at you, poking fun at you. No worries. I mean, hey, send her back the love. Like Silver Linings Playback. But Silver Linings Playbook. Remember with Bradley Cooper, he said, got nothing but love for you, brother. You got to send out the love, people. This is that time of year. Always send it out. All right, let's move on to another story called Way to Go Messi. Everybody knows Leo Messi, one of the greatest soccer players of all time. Yeah, young guy, 27 years old, has been playing for 10 years, but he is, quite frankly, one of the best. Leo Messi, Argentinian soccer star, we know that. He led the European Champions League. He's the all-time top goal scorer. All right, what are we talking about? He had a hat trick yesterday, 3 goals. That's a hat trick for his team Barcelona in a 4-0 victory over Paul Nicosia in Cyprus. Okay, that happened actually this morning. So Messi scored 74 goals in 94 appearances this year. The guy's a stud. I mean, you saw him in the World Cup, right, against Cristiano Ronaldo from Portugal. Remember that, Argentina versus Portugal. Now he scored a record 368 goals in all competitions for Barcelona, who he plays for so far. And in 2012, that season 2 years ago, he scored 91 times. I mean, this guy's incredible. He wears number 10 on his back. He's been playing for a decade. And quite frankly, he's probably going to go down as one of the all-time greats, perhaps one of the, or the greatest of all time, next to Pelé and Cristiano Ronaldo. But, hey, congrats, Messi, to your crazy goal scoring. Way to go. All right, moving on. We always give out the Get Your Shit Together award. You guys know this. We like to give out an award to the person who really needs to get their shit together based on the 30-episode podcast I did of the same name. Do this every day. Where are we going? This is crazy. We're going to go back to Ferguson. I mean, I don't even know why. I don't want to keep talking about this. It kind of goes on and on. It's like the Ebola, you know, you keep talking about it. It's like every time you turn around, there's something bad happening. Well, check this out. This was in Minneapolis. Okay, it's not even in the city in Missouri. We're talking Minneapolis, Minnesota, where a motorist, go check it out on the internet, slammed into a crowd of Ferguson protesters before dragging a woman 20 feet. Yeah, he drug her under his front wheel. And then he ran over her leg. I mean, that's insane. This hit-and-run motorist, who has not yet been identified, well, maybe now they've identified this jackass, but he was captured on video. I watched this video. Not only that, there's a woman on top of the hood. I mean, you know, this guy's driving, trying to swerve his way, smashes into this crowd. What is this guy thinking? Dude, you got to get your shit together. You don't go to a mass of people and just slam right into them. What the hell are you thinking? I mean, that's absurd. I mean, this guy's driving a Subaru Outback, a black or a dark car. I saw it, right? He's doing through the rally yesterday, plows right into it, and he carries this, like, I don't know. This is insane, people. I mean, one person is desperately clinging to the hood. I mean, I don't know what to think anymore with this. You know, you're talking 45 people were arrested in Minneapolis. There's 170 cities. There's probably over hundreds of arrests in all these cities. People are throwing urine, frozen bottles of urine, smoke bombs, rocks, flares. I mean, what the hell are you thinking? You really got to get your shit together. So this particular Get Your Shit Together award goes to this jackass who slammed into the woman and dragged her under his car. I mean, we gave it out yesterday to all the protesters and demonstrators who are doing things that are pretty nasty out there. You got to do it with respect. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that this is going on right now. But It comes at an interesting time when we're celebrating Thanksgiving thanks. So, I don't know, people. I think y'all got to get your shit together. Well, on that note, let's get right into it. WTF. Those three letters have become famous, right? What the Everybody knows what that is. I'm not going to say it. So we're going to have some fun with this one here. We're going to do a WTF, just a couple of quick stories like, what the, I don't know. This is all WTF, so check this out, okay? This is another one of these crazy stories. We're going to Carville, France for this one. 50-year-old man had lost control of his van and crashed in Carville, France, but as his wife came to pick him up from the scene, she lost control at the same exact spot, okay? Crashed as well, and her vehicle ran over her husband, killing him instantly. I mean, what the? WTF all the way. I mean, what are you talking about? It's kind of crazy. She goes right back to the scene and instantly kills the guy. That's a WTF for sure. Makes no sense, right? How about this one? Ooh, this is scary because I'm a big sushi fan. Sashimi, you know, the pieces of the raw fish. I'm a huge sashimi fan. Makes you wonder. A Chinese man, this takes place in eastern China. He went to his doctor complaining of stomach pains. And he had itchy skin. I mean, can you imagine that? Crazy stomach pains, itchy skin. Okay, what he learned horrified him. Yeah, they scanned his body, and I saw this. It's too all over his lungs. It was eerie. It revealed that he was by eating too much sashimi, which is a delicacy of raw fish. His body had become infested with worms. Oof, this is a pure WTF. I mean, the picture posted online appeared to be showing worms all over his body. I mean, there wasn't just a couple of worms. It was insane. The guy was treated out of hospital in eastern China for contaminated sushi. Ooh, way to go. I mean, what are you thinking? I don't know. It makes me wonder. I'm a huge sushi fan, but not tomorrow, though. Turkey, and my mother usually makes a ham. I'm not going home for the holidays. Give a shout out to my family, but I remember those good old days. So make sure you're not eating contaminated food, people. Don't want to end up in a hospital getting treated for worms. Yikes. WTF. This one here, this third story, makes no sense whatsoever, folks. Tattoos. Now, we know tattoos are all the rage. You know, in a previous show, I did 60 shows over at LA Talk Radio. You guys could check those out on my website. But I did one about tattoos and the lost art of tattooing and how it's kind of all the rage these days. But here we go. An up-and-coming tattoo artist from the Caribbean. I saw a picture of this guy. Another eerie photo. Claims he tattooed all the whites of his eyes black. You got to go see this guy. He's got tats all over his face, rings all over the place. But he does. The whites of his eyes are completely black. He said it was very, very painful. No kidding. I mean, what the WTF for sure. But why'd he do it? Because he says it distinguishes him from all the other tattoo artists. I don't know, man. The shit that people do makes no sense whatsoever. Talk about WTF. Here we go. This one's a little eerie. A quadruple amputee who's reportedly been on the run in Florida since yesterday, Sean Petrosino. Paisano. 30-year-old guy, Sean Petrosino, lost his legs, his hands, and parts of his arms to bacterial meningitis years ago. So he moved in with his parents. Well, he moved in with his parents after separating from his wife over quote-unquote serious financial issues. That means you're broke, right? Your lady probably kicked you out, but I don't know what went on here. But both his parents, this guy's parents, were found dead yesterday morning after Sean's mother, Nancy, failed to show up at her job as a school teacher. I don't know. This guy was last seen at an ATM. It was an ATM surveillance camera that caught him on tape, but he said he's carrying a gun. What's he doing with a gun? Okay, they're not sure if he did it. I'm trying to find this guy. Maybe they found him already. But a prosthetics expert told the Orlando Sentinel, that's a newspaper down there, I'm familiar with that. I used to play baseball in Orlando, said you don't need a hand to shoot a gun, as most guns can apparently be fired by the handless. I don't know. I've only gone, I think I've only shot a gun once or twice. I was out in Arizona with a friend of mine, went to a gun range, and I don't know how you shoot a gun without your hands, but I guess it's possible, so this expert, but hopefully this guy didn't do it. It seems like he did do it. What's he doing? Quadriplegic. It's kind of interesting, the shit that happens in the world. WTF for sure. All right, here we go. This is the last one. Well, there's a couple of these here. Let me tell you, this one's kind of eerie. Went to the internet for this. The dirtiest things in your house right now. Talk about bacteria. Talk about getting worms. Ooh, I don't know. If you don't want to listen to this, you better turn it off, because this might scare you, where you're going to find all this bacteria. Number one is, well, it's not the number one. It's the first one listed, the toilet seat. The average bacteria on a toilet seat is 50, only a mere 50 bacteria in a square inch. Now, this study was done by the Department of Microbiology at the University of Arizona. I don't know, guys, where you're going to get this information, but I know you're doing the testing. So here we go. A toilet seat, it's a mere 50 bacteria per square inch. What about a cutting board? Everybody has a cutting board. You got to be careful with this. There's no doubt, because you definitely can pick up. You got to be real careful. You got to wash those cutting boards. Cutting board has up to 200 times the fecal bacteria of a toilet seat. So the bacteria you're finding on a toilet seat, fecal bacteria, 200 times that's on a cutting board. What the? That's insane. What's worse, how about your keyboard, right? I got a keyboard right here. Your office desktop, right? It can house 400 times the bacteria of your office toilet seat. 400 times. What the? I can't believe that. But hey, don't be putting your hands and put them in your mouth, okay? I mean, especially different people are using that. You got bacteria all over the place. That's another thing. Got to be careful. Got to keep your hands away from your face and your mouth at all times. You can get sick like that. Right. Keyboard, 400 times the bacteria of your office toilet seat. What the? Here we go. How about your sponge? Now, this I know. I got to change that sponge every week. You know how dirty those sponge gets? 200,000 times more bacteria per square inch than a toilet seat. This is insane. Don't even try to wipe that sponge on your mouth. Are you kidding me? 200,000 times more bacteria per square inch. I don't know. These numbers are insane. A sponge. You're better off licking the damn toilet seat. That's pretty disgusting, but don't put that sponge to your mouth. And that's another thing. If you're washing the dishes, a lot of people, they take that sponge and they wipe down appliances. Don't be doing that. You can't be doing that. The sponge has got to stay particular to the sink. Anyway, moving on. What about your toothbrush? Wow, talk about sharing a toothbrush with your significant other. You know, that's kind of an eerie thing. I never really had a problem with it. Maybe I should. Because your toothbrush, the average toothbrush contains at least 200,000 more bacteria than a square inch of a toilet seat. I mean, how they're coming up with this, folks, but you're talking the average toothbrush. Well, first of all, you got to change your toothbrush frequently. I do. You got to get toothbrush, rotate them out every week or two, couple of weeks. Can't be using the same old cruddy toothbrush. And make sure you clean that out when you're done. These are so simple things. But again, the average toothbrush contains at least 200,000 more bacteria. Whew, WTF, than a square. Now, this last one, finally, let's get to it here. Now, this we did a story on about kissing. Your mouth. A 10-second kiss, a passionate kiss. 1.6 times more. I got to hit this right here, guys. Get my monitor going. Yeah, sometimes I lose the sound. 1.6 times more bacteria per square. Wait, 1.6 million. Let's do that again. 1.6 million times more bacteria than a square inch of a toilet seat. This is crazy, but we did a report on that. There's 80 million bacteria. 80 million bacteria that are transferred during a passionate kiss. The good news is your body creates an immune system, right? You have the immune system. So your body, it's actually helpful to have a passionate kiss because your body becomes more immune to bacteria. So there you go, right? Increase your immune system. Start making out, having some passionate kisses. I don't know, folks. WTF Wednesday. Well, that's our show for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Go check out the last couple of shows on YouTube, right? We're banging these out. 1, 2, 3, 30 minutes a day. We're going to add some guests pretty soon. Looking forward to that. But yeah, check it out on my website, richtola.com. Follow on all the social, at Rich Tola. Yeah, pretty excited for the days to come. We are coming to you live on Thanksgiving as well. So be safe. You're traveling tonight. Be careful, right? Be safe. have fun, seeing your family, relatives, whatever. Not too much partying, not too much boozing. And, hey, you got it. I'm Rich Tola. And remember, dreams do come true. But hey, what do I know?